Dr. James Wilson is the director of the Infectious Disease Forecasting Center at the University of Nevada. He has created an algorithm-based mechanism that forecasts the spread of infectious diseases like Ebola worldwide. And it's used by the Centers for Disease Control, Department of Defense, and other national agencies with interest in monitoring these developments. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Ebola, still a hot topic. So what does your algorithm tell us about Ebola?
Well, I think what we're expecting is basically 1.4 million cases by January and 200,000 fatalities. And the only thing that's going to blunt that epidemic curve really are the vaccines that are being developed right now.
And most of those cases are going to be in Africa.
Mm-hmm. The vast majority.
The vast majority. Where do you see the Ebola situation in the United States by January?
Well, this is really dependent on what we decide to do with travel restrictions in the coming months. Okay, so if we leave the borders open, if we leave the visa granting process open, we can expect to see more and more of these cases potentially surprising a medical infrastructure somewhere within the U.S.
Ebola has been around for, like you said, thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
We've known about it, studied it since the 60s.
Yeah.
Have we seen spikes like this go up and down historically, or is it changing to the point where we are seeing more? I mean, 1.8, that's a big number.
Yeah, we've actually seen waves of Ebola in the past, and that's kind of how my career got started. Is we looked at that through the lens of satellite imagery to see if we could actually forecast these waves of Ebola and Marburg activity. And so it's kind of fascinating. It's very tied to the ecosystem of the rainforest. Okay. And when the rainforest is perturbed through drought cycles or heavy rain cycles, we think that influences Ebola transmission. And so really what we're looking at now is an ability of, can we anticipate this now?
Right, which would help. And really quickly, we're running out of time, but do you think it will ever become airborne?
No.
No chance. Fantastic. Okay, we like that. All right, Dr. Wilson, we appreciate your time, and he will be taking your calls about Ebola until 6 o'clock. Just dial 858-2222.